Greetings, brothers and sisters. Let's go to 1 Timothy 4:1. The Spirit expressly states that in the end of days, some people will apostatize from the faith by paying attention to deceiving spirits and things taught by demons. I started this series, the Apostate Church, for Christ to come. Before he comes, church is going to go apostate. So this is the third one. Last week I did the one with the words. Jesus' words is being changed. It's totally corrupted what he said. It's not true what he said. And based on Aramaic and Hebrew versions that I rely on it, that those are my witnesses. And then this time we're going to go through 325 AD, King Emperor Constantine. What happened in 325 AD? 325 AD, Emperor Constantine. What happened in this 325 AD? There was a meeting. Now, Emperor Constantine, he is the one that he used to throw Christians to the lions and sit and enjoy. Persecution was in his highest. All of a sudden, this man declares himself as Christian, but in conditions. What is these conditions? 325. Now, 325. Now, 301 AD. Let's go to 301 AD. 301 AD. Armenia, the Church of Zadig, the Illuminators, the Essenes, the Lusavorchagans, Armenia became the official state religion of a nation, which is 301 AD, which is called Zadig. Zadig means illuminators. Illuminators. I'm going to explain what Zadig and illuminators means. Lusavorchagans means there was three types of religious groups in during Christ's time. There was the Sadducees, and there was the Pharisees, and there was Essenes. Now, Essenes are the one being omitted, as if they don't even exist. So all we talk about the Pharisees now at this point, the Essenes. What Essenes we used to call? Zadig, used to call the Illuminators, used to call children of light. Children of light. That's what the Essenes used to be called. So the Armenian Church, 301 AD, we are the Zadig priesthoods left over from the Essenes, that the blessing, the seed of Zadig priesthood, the righteous priesthood that we carry. We carry the Lamb. All we do, we just identify the Lamb. Christ is the Lamb of God. So, 301 AD, first Christian nation, Zadig priesthood established. Now we come to 325, where Emperor Constantine, after all the persecutions that he did, all of a sudden he's a Christian, but in conditions. Now, they have a meeting. They're going to decide which way they're going to follow. Zadig priesthood or pagan priesthood, demonic priesthood. It's called Ester. So, they're going to follow how Armenians were, Zadig priesthood or Ester priesthood. They're going to make decision. So now we have a major Nicene Council. They come together, and there was a major opposition against Ester ideology, but they were crushed by the emperor. And I do have all the writings. I do have them, but I'm not going to get into that. We just want to focus on the Ester Easter, not Zadig ones. Okay, so what in this Essenes, no, sorry, in Nicene treaty, King Emperor famous words. He said, "We do not need Passover." Zadig means Passover, which is crucifixion of Christ. We do not need unleavened bread, the burial of Christ. We do not need the first fruit, the resurrection of Christ. We do not need feast of Pentecost, the arriving of the Holy Spirit. We do not need the Feast of Trumpets. We do not need the Feast of Atonement, Yom Kippur, Day of Becoming Oneness, and we don't need the Feast of Tabernacle. The 7 feasts are out. Basically, he spit on them. He doesn't need them. We need to bury them. And he ordered all these Hebrew scriptures, Aramaic scriptures, they must be buried, and we need to have Latin Holy language will replace any Hebrew Aramaic versions. They're going to be gone. And what we're going to celebrate, something called Easter, that most of the churches in the West, we celebrate Easter. We have no clue what Easter is, who she was. So this is what I'm going to focus on it. So he banned anything Hebrew Aramaic scriptures, anything about Christ he banned. He wants Easter in it. Easter is Ishtar, basically it's an A. Now, the letter A in Hebrew, which is the Aleph, if you add Sigol underneath, will become A. Now, with Armenians, we do have a letter E, we have the letter A. Aleph, this is A, this is E. So, Easter, Ishtar is the same name. It's the same, but the way the modern Hebrew, they add Sigol underneath, and that's how you can read it, Easter or Ishtar. Ishtar, she is the goddess of fertility. It's a she, it's not a he. So, he's a goddess of fertility. And then Easter celebration was way before even Christianity will arrive. It's not something new. It's a pagan holiday. It's a demonic holiday. What do they do during the Easter celebrations? That was the condition that emperor will accept it. Emperor wants one empire, one emperor, one holy language, Latin, and then one religion. Religion works for everybody. Anybody else, it's a capital punishment. You can't bring Hebrew celebrations. You can't bring Hebrew celebrations. You can't put anything Hebrew Aramaic scripture. Has to be all Latin and has to be based on Ishtar. So Passover became Easter. Now Zadig is Passover. That Armenians, we call it Zadig because we are Zadig priesthood. We are Lusaborchagans. We are the illuminators. We are the one we took from the Essenes. Essenes, the Dead Sea Scrolls, that's where the Essenes, I'm not getting into the Essenes description of the Essenes, but we are the Zadig priesthood. We're the children of light. We are the illuminators. So all this has to be shut down, and we're going to have something called Easter in there. So Easter celebration, I'll give you an idea. Ishtar, Easter. I'll give you one more Hebrew letter to know. The letter S and the letter Sh. The letter S, if you put a dot on the right side, that's a Sh. If you put the dot on the left side, that's a S. Aramaic and Hebrew. Paleo-Hebrew, Aramaic is the same thing. 22 letters, same letters. So, Ishtar, Easter is exactly the same word, except the way you say it is different. Written In Hebrew and Aramaic, the same thing. This is satanic tradition, satanic rituals. What do they do? Now in Armenians, since I mentioned about 301 AD, we do have an idea what this Easter celebration is. So we had a king, King Ara. He used to be handsome, we call him Ara Keretzik. And then the Shamiram is the queen from Shinar, the land of Shinar, the Ishtar, Estarde in Latin. She wanted to have him. She loves the way he looks, he's a very handsome, and the king is married and he refuses her. Now we have a big war, and then before the war she says, you bring me the King Ara, don't kill him, I want him alive. So he dies. So what do they do? Celebration of Easter. They bring the body. They lay the body, and then they put eggs around it. And then the high priest, which is in Armenians we call them Harales, when Harales comes and starts licking the body, so the body comes back to life. That's Easter Ishtar's celebration. Now Shamiram, she's known a goddess of fertility, and she's the one has a power to turn men into woman, woman into men. So she has power on the gender. So these are some of the problems that we see. So celebration of Easter is doing this, putting eggs around it, and then getting the... So what happened in this is now, Semiramis, Ishtar, she married her son Nimrod. Nimrod was her son. And she had another 7 sons. The first son is Tammuz. The first son is Tammuz. The last son is Baal. Now, Baal's wife is Easter. Tammuz dies. When we go put in a Hebrew, I'm going to check the Hebrew version. Now I mentioned about Armenians. We know very well what Harales means. We know very well what Easter means. We know very well the celebration of the eggs and licking the body means. And we're still many of us fooled. But the Hebrew version, we have it in Jeremiah, book of Jeremiah, where Ishtar comes to the temple crying and she wants her son to come back to life. So she takes the body of her son Tammuz. This is Tammuz, the firstborn. She takes the body of Tammuz and they put eggs around it, and then the high priest comes and starts licking the body, so the body comes back to life. So the body comes back to life. That's Tammuz resurrection. Has nothing to do with Christ's resurrection. This is a demonic celebration, Easter, that already taken from Hebrew and Aramaic celebrations and then went to Europe. In Europe, she's known as, Easter is known as goddesses of the rising light, of the day and spring. Anglo-Saxon Easter, Istran, is usually in April and was called Easter month. The plural Istran is used because of the feast, which was the 7 days feast. So it fits perfectly, you know. He's very creative. Emperor Constantine, very creative. Celebration of Easter, it's 7 days. The feast of Christ, the Hebrew feast is 7 days. So let's just pretend you are Christians. You wanted to celebrate Christ, go for it. And us, we're going to celebrate Easter, and we're going to go 7 days celebrating Easter as the demonic holiday, demonic holiday, which is honoring Easter. So this is the point. This is the point. When you wanted to honor a name, when you want to enter a website, you're going to go www. You're going to put a name, Ester.com. If you take the T out, you're not going to be able to enter. The only way you enter is by putting the right words. So if you're pretending you're celebrating Christ, but you are entering in a wrong website. I am just technical. I'm just trying to give you an example, technical. So when you enter the Easter celebration, the website, you're going to see demonic celebrations. You're going to see bunnies, you're going to see eggs, you're going to see bodies, hope for life. You're going to see all that. Sorry about that. So you're going to see all that. So that's the point. So if you're Christian, go for it. If you are pagan, go for it. If you want to celebrate demonic thing, Easter will work for everybody. The word is perfect. It's 7 celebrations. The idea is almost the same. It's just coming back to life. But it's for what purpose? So the whole Western churches, basically, they go to church by the name of Easter. It's demonic. Now, there's no blessings in it. It's Passover. It's Zadig. There was a big fight to keep Zadig celebration. It's supposed to be called Zadig, Zadig, righteousness. Comes from Melchizedek, king of righteousness, from Christ. Zadig is the one must be there. The only Armenians were the one we use that word Zadig at this point. We're the first Christian nation. That's why we have those blessings. We have a quarter in Jerusalem. The only nation. Jerusalem is divided into 4 quarters. There's the Armenian quarter, Jewish quarter, Muslim quarter, I think, and then there's the Christian quarter. Armenia is the only nation, is the only Zadig priesthood that we are blessed by the Essenes. We had a direct access to the Qumran, which is the biggest library. I did a video about it, about how connection between illuminators, the Essenes, the illuminators, Lusavorchagans, and then Armenian illuminators, the Lusavorchagan. What it's called, since the Essenes were wiped off, they don't even talk about it. We don't even know who Essenes are. I will do another video about them. There's many things is been taken out, so we don't get the idea. So we focus on the demonic holiday, Easter. So that's the message that I want to bring up to you. If you have a church, it's based on Easter celebrated, Ishtar celebration. It's based on that name, you're going to get that blessing. You're going to get blessings of Easter if you go celebrate on the name of Easter. If you're going to go to the website, they put Easter, you're going to get Easter's blessings. Easter blessings, which is demonic blessings. And these are, if you're going to go and you're going to go to Zadig priesthood, you're going to get Christ blessings. You're going to get blessing of Passover, crucifixion of Christ. You're going to get blessings of unleavened bread, burial of Christ. You're going to get the blessing of resurrection of Christ, which is the first fruit. Then the Pentecost, blessing of the Pentecost. And then you're going to get blessings of the trumpets. And then blessings of atonement, one-man, become one-man. Blessings of tabernacle. You're not going to get those blessings by going after Ishtars and Easters. So, watch out. The church is not familiar, you let them know. You do not step foot in any celebrations under the name of Easter. You do not. You do not. This is a pagan, demonic holidays. Started. I'm going so summarized, just blunt, that I'm giving you only one example. I can write books. If anybody wants to know more, it's good to read about this rabbi, Zev Porat. That's a great rabbi that he converted into Messianic. They put $60 million on the table for him to deny Yeshua, deny Christ, and he refused. $60 million he refused. This man today, he does immaculate work. He needs prayers. Get his books if you want to open up, get an idea how the carpet is pulled under the churches today. The churches are, most of them, they're apostate churches there, which is also be prophesied. Christ, his coming of Christ at the end of days, its church is going to be apostate. So Easter is one of them, and churches that under umbrella of Easter, they are apostate churches and need to be corrected. Your brothers and sisters and hundreds and thousands, they go there. They go Easter celebration. The Catholic Vatican is so big in Easter. Ester, a star day, so big. Demonic holiday. Has nothing to do with the resurrection of Christ. That word, that name has to be omitted. We can't have translations under Easter. In Armenian, we don't have Easter. We have Zadig priesthood. In Hebrew and Aramaic, there is no Easter in there. There's Passover in there. There's unleavened bread in there. The 7 priests in there. It's shame that you can be fooled in this much. You have doctoral degrees. I know people, they have doctoral degrees in manuscripts, and then they say, "Oh, we need to go with Emperor Constantine." Emperor Constantine, he wasn't a Hebrew scholar. He has no idea what the Hebrew scholar is. Emperor Constantine is not the one who's going to tell me which verses I'm going to use. He's used to throw Christians to the lions and enjoy watching them. That's Emperor Constantine. He doesn't know Hebrew. He doesn't know Aramaic. He doesn't even want them. He wanted Latin. He wanted to bury everything Christ-like and make it demonic-like Easter celebrations. So don't be fooled. Churches are fooled, and they use this wrong name. So there's no blessings is coming out of it. And this is a minor example that I'm going to keep putting every Monday. I'm going to put the Apostate Church, expose it. Some people might say, "Oh, whatever name you put, whatever." Well, you're going to get whatever. You go in the website, whatever, you're going to get whatever. You're going to go to the website with Christ, you're going to get the blessings of Christ. You're not going to get blessings of Christ from Easter, Ishtar. You're not going to get that. You're going to get demonic blessings. So it's time. We need to correct this. Not for you, for your children and your grandchildren, that they're getting fooled. It's not whatever. We need to get prepared for coming of Christ. We can't have this kind of apostate churches and then whatever. We just word we're saying it. No, we can't say it. We can't say it. It has to be Zadig priesthood. It has to be Zadig celebration, Zadig celebration, and based on the Essenes only. This, it must be. We went through many pressures, Armenians. We had to omit many things from our Bibles. We had 3rd Corinthians, we had 3rd Ezra. Our book, we weren't under the Roman Empire. Assyrian church wasn't under the Roman Empire. Ethiopian church wasn't under the Roman Empire. So all the books that emperor said they have to be omitted, 50, 60 books, they had to be burned. One of the reasons in the Roman Empire they don't have Hebrew Aramaic versions. Why? Because of this guy. And King James is not any different than this guy. These want their empires work. They care less about Christianity. And I proudly say it, I'm not Christian. I am Christ's follower. Christianity has a lot of this kind of garbage in there. I am not Christian. I'm a Christ follower. I'm a Yeshua Nazarene HaMashiach. Yeshua, salvation, Nazarene, the truth. HaMashiach, anointed one. Truth of salvation is the anointed one. Easter is not anointed. Only Yeshua Christ is anointed. Jesus is anointed. Anything else is not going to work. So This kind of emperors, we cannot have it. We cannot have pagan religions. We cannot have pagan in the Bibles, and we need to correct it. We need to correct it. They want to try to. What Bibles we have today, the truth is there. Translation is totally goes back to demonic. Truth is there. They translated it wrong so you can be confused. Total confusion so you miscalculate the truth. So blessings come from the 7 feasts, from Passover to Tabernacle, Zadig priesthood, the righteous celebration. The 7 feast is called Shabbatans in Hebrew. It's not just one day a week. Just to make you, just not just one day a week. It's a 7 feast and has to be based on the Essenes. I'm going to rely on Essenes more, and this kind of garbage has to be out from our minds and from our churches. We need cleansing. We need to purify. Time is close. Very, very, very close. The 3 years of purification process has begun. It's 3 years, and then we have the 6 months coming. So we need to be purified. Get everything pagan, everything demonic thing out of our hearts. We can't have it. Be illuminator. Be Zadig. Be illuminator to your own church. Tell your pastors to pay attention and restudy. Get rid of the Latin versions, de-Latinized ideology. We don't need somebody with a doctoral degrees arguing with me that, oh, we need the King Constantine knows the best. Wow, King Charles knows the best. No, they don't. We need to go to the original ones. So that's the point. Today, Apostate Church is coming to a complete, and it's prophesied. It is going to come to complete. Your job to be illuminator, your job to be light and salt. And then be bold. Don't get scared. People, they're going to start throwing their mouth. They open their mouth. Hey, you're apostate. You are this. You don't believe in the word. The word is this. You tell them, you're the one, you're not in the word. You're the one, you're a cult. You're the one, you follow this kind of garbage traditions. You're the one, not me. I am bold, I love Christ, I follow Christ, and I have witnesses. I have 2 witnesses, the Hebrew language and the Aramaic language. Those are the 2 languages that Christ spoke, and everything I based on those languages. I don't based on Indians language, I don't based on the Latin language, I don't based on Armenian language or no. Hebrew and Aramaic, those are the languages that Christ spoke. And those are the words, the Zadig priesthood. These are all Hebrew Aramaic words. These are all, we adopted it and we use it. Okay? So I have a witness, Hebrew Aramaic versions. We're the first Christian nation, 301 AD. We're the one with the Zadig priesthood. We're the one, we have a quarter in Jerusalem, and all the fake churches, all the fake traditions, they must follow the Essenes. They must follow Essenes. How did John the Baptist and Christ, these are all Essenes. I'm going to put a video on it. But for now, we need to go with Zadig celebration, not Easter. Easter has to be out, completely out. This has to be out. Period. Okay, I'm done. That's all what I'm going to say today, and then every Monday I'm going to have another one. So be blessed, pay attention, open your eyes, check the address, which address you're getting into, which website you're getting into. You put Ester or Zadig priesthood. It has to be a scene, Zadig priesthood, and not Easter kind of garbage. Okay, so be blessed, and with another video next Monday. God bless. Bye.